Hello, welcome back. I'm Rachel Darling, and this is my BMI challenge. Day 2. My chair is clicking. So, today I'm having a terrible day. I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm like, bleh. And I was thinking, like, I don't want to do a video. I don't want to do this. Then I'm like, get it together. Because it doesn't matter if my hair isn't perfect. It doesn't matter if I can barely, move. It matters that I show up and I record this and I am accountable and then I do my little review of Weight Watchers, which is what we're going to do. So let's jump right in to part 1, which is how did I do yesterday? Yesterday, I tracked all my foods that I ate. I was under my points for Weight Watchers by 4, which is a lot, because I did not eat breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast yesterday. I didn't eat breakfast today. I've got to eat breakfast. I am not an intermittent fasting kind of person. It's not my thing. And the reason why I'm not eating breakfast is because I'm not planning ahead. I have got to make my breakfast the night before. And I gotta streamline it. And I know today is like off the chain, busy, crazy. Today is not the day I'm gonna solve my breakfast problem. I got some bananas, a little bit of almond butter. I'm gonna try to just like make do with that for tomorrow, and then I'm just gonna, try to get in a better position for breakfast because I got to eat breakfast. Um, anyway, the rest of the day was great. I had a whole bunch of, what did I have? I had a little sandwich, a little seitan, a little tomato, a little lettuce. I had I don't know if y'all are eating seitan because it's not, it's kind of processed, but it's so delicious. And I logged all my stuff for the day, and nothing was, I didn't have any preservatives or processed stuff except for that, and I also had a little bit of tofu cream cheese with, what the heck did I eat? I don't even remember. Let's see. Tofu cream cheese with, let me just find it because we might as well. Oh yeah, I made this little salad, like a bean salad, little brown rice, bean salad, garbanzo beans, a little bit of corn, and I put a little bit of vegan sour cream in there. It was just like kind of delicious. Okay, so here's the thing. I went to my Weight Watchers meeting today, and something you might notice if you were to look at my little printout. Check this out. Who lost 1.4 pounds? That's me. I lost 1.4 pounds this week. Thank you very much. So now I'm at 163.8. That's not bad. I only have like 35 and a half left to lose to get down to my normal BMI, and so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I would be feeling much better about it if I wasn't also like in a mood, I'm just like in a mood. So, that's great. Things are moving in the right direction. I showed up today, even though I didn't want to. All's well. So, with that, let's move on to my little review of Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers is your mom's weight loss program, It's like the thing that I saw my mom in the 80s like going to, and it's just it's a flawed program in a lot of ways. It's very protein centric. If you're somebody who's protein centric, go for it. But it's very, there's a lot of meat. There's a lot of like milk yogurts and stuff. It's not the most vegan friendly program in the history of the world. But what is a benefit for me and why it's worth the like $40 a month is the meetings. At every meeting, you do weigh in, and that's the only time I weigh myself because it's an accurate scale. I know what it is. I can't change it, and everything gets entered in. It's like it's in there. And what they do is the app sets you up so you can see like your entire kind of history of your everything that's been tracked over however long. And it's a pretty nice interface. I don't know if it'll show. Probably just going to show you a whole lot of like never-ending reflections. But anyway, so it shows you like over time how you're doing, and those things are locked in there. You can't like fool with yourself. You can't like if you're someone like me who's like, oh, I've lost 8 pounds, but then you've actually gained back 5, and then you lost, You can't mess around with it because it's in the system. Then they give you a little ding dong. Weekly is what it's called. It's a little magazine there's a new one every week. And honestly, they have really good themes, I think. So the theme, set your summer goals, ends up being the theme of the meeting. So everything that you talk about in the meeting has to do with setting summer goals. So everyone goes around, talks a little bit about their goals. I was talking about being able to set up sustainable goals for myself, like after I'm no longer, in the slower pace of the summer, when I get back to faster pace. People have great goals, like how do I want to go on a road trip and still lose weight. Like, how do I plan ahead for that? And people have tips for each other. It's a nice community. I'll post on Instagram pictures of all these pages if you're curious to just see what a weekly looks like. But as you can see, like, it's pretty, I think it's pretty good the way they set it up. Like, taking a small action, making your goal specific. These things that seem kind of dumb in a way, but like when you progressively get a new piece like this every week, you end up being able to, or I end up anyway, being able to kind of like just be mindful of what I'm doing and how. I'll put this on my Instagram, rachel.darling.bmi, so you can have a look at it. Now, the tracker is great. It's not any better than MyFitnessPal or some of the other ones. Well, MyFitnessPal, I think, is probably the most robust app. But Weight Watchers app is great. I mean, it's very intuitive. Just like can enter stuff very quickly. You don't have to take all day tracking your food, but you can see what it is that you're eating and you can see how much you're moving. It also integrates with your Fitbit or your Apple Watch or whatever it is that you're using to track your activity. So that's automatically put in there, and you can either trade in those points that you've earned through activity, or you can not trade them in and, kind of maybe boost your progress a little bit. There are a lot of people who do not think that, like, the way Weight Watchers is set up works. For me, I kind of agree. I'm not really convinced that I am a high carb, low fat kind of vegan person, and it's a little hard to find your way around if you're not like a, someone cooking meat for a family of 4. That's kind of like what a lot of it is geared towards. But it's modifiable for me. I can use it very easily, and it's easy, it's seamless. It doesn't feel like clunky or an extra part of what I'm doing. And then the benefit for me is not really in the tracking part, because, you can track on a piece of paper your calories and your macros or whatever you're keeping track of. But the point for me, what makes it worth doing, is definitely the meetings. Because the thing is, it's not just showing up to get weighed. It's like going out of the house to a place where there are other people who are also on the same journey that you're on, and just sitting there and like helping them out, listening to them, being witness to their struggles and their triumphs, and getting a round of applause for losing a pound. It's like, you don't always want to be this big your friends and your family like love you, I assume, and mine love me, but they don't always want to like talk to me about like food or like, losing weight or the struggles that come with trying to make a major lifestyle change. It's just boring after a while. But for everybody that's in that room, it's not boring. It's the only thing they want to be doing. So that for me, it's worth it. Particularly for this period of the next 60 days where I'm really trying to establish a lifestyle change that is sustainable. I just need that place where I can go and be with other people, like-minded people. So that's my review of Weight Watchers. I'm going to talk more about like the kind of nitty gritty in a separate episode about this. But I'm also interested, like speaking of community, if you are on the same journey, like I said before, feel free to comment with your link, subscribe, and I'll subscribe back. And I'd love to be able to develop a little, group of folks who are on here being honest about what it's like to try to heal your body with food, try to improve the way you feel on a daily basis. So thanks for joining me for episode 2, and I'll see you tomorrow.